A first down throw for Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another first and 10.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. Stop your whining. 57's the mic. Watch 57. I got one.
Cousins now. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Check.
To throw, Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On third down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what will happen? They'll flat out take over this game.
Back to the ground, Cook. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
26-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6.
54. I know he ain't got it. Switch.
Hey, 382, let's check this.
Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to cut it back left here. And finally taken down at the 34. A big pickup of 38.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play.
Second and 12 at the 36-yard line.
Here we go. 180! White. You draw Porker. I got this.
On second and 12, Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 yards there and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Yeah, let's get sandwich.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Second and goal from the 1.
Move. Everyone got 4 down. 25, check 25, check 25.
13.
Kill.
Protein spill. 11.
It's Coleman here. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Here we go. Like 20.
Here I come.
Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Let's get off the field. Watch twist. Watch.
Hey, Steeler.
Check.
Rhino.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Here we go. 180.
Mach 54. Here we go.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 48-yard line.
Chopper!
On second and 12, Garoppolo. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal.
And it's third down.
That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Mike, 5-5.
Hey, 5-7.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play on top deep. Don't let him breathe, defense.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. On is the rookie 4th rounder, Mitch Wishnowsky, to punt this one away. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
At their own 6-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Gun.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Throwing is Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Watch the out. Watch the
Gun.
Hey, yo. Hey, check Mike 57.
All right, now here we go, oh.
Here we go. Shiv. Watch the shiv.
Hey, flicker.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. He's going to have the first down past the 20 as he'll take it all the way up to the 20-yard line. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
First down. First and 10 at the 7-yard line.
First.
Hey, you don't want to see me.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Double up. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Rhino! Hey, yo.
Cousins on first down. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll throw again. Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
Good job.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins to throw it. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Check right.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. That's taken on the 25. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Here we go. Wait, Edie! Lock!
Go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball.
Smooth!
Garoppolo now, first down throw. He's going to fire one deep. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Two. 12, fellas. Here we go.
Mike 5-4. Watch the run. Mike.
Hey, gun.
Mike 54.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one.
Here we go.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Mike 55. Hey, eat.
You don't want this.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 16. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. On third down, here's Coleman. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So they went a little cautious there on 3rd and long.
And nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a first down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team, and keep the clock moving.
And taken right at the 35. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10.
Can't. 57's the mic. 57.
Hey, Alpha. Here we go. Hey, check. My touch.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike's 57's Mike. Watch the screen.
Hey, Steamer. Line out.
Screen. Watch the screen. Jack.
Now Cousins. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Cousins going deep for Diggs. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 22. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
8 yards on the run there, and that leaves them with 3rd and just a couple.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. On first down, here's Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And he finds a man on a crossing route. Touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen, 44 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Vikings. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. And now a timeout's going to be called here. I think it was by the defense. It was. And that's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this second half. Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the 2-point try. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And now look at him go. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
Let's go, let's go.
Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Let's go, you tighten up. Center.
Lock.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. That good for 22 and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Here we go.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Here we go.
The Niners on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Tight dog.
21.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So, boy, that's already the third they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter.
Here we go. Ready?
Watch it, here we go. 55 is Mike, guys, 55. Switch. Check, 55 is Mike.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here we go.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down.
Here we go.
Five.
That right there, 54 Mike. You can't block me.
Here we go on fourth down with Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter and the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Watch 54. Come on, baby. Check 24.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
He's checking.
Gun.
To try again after the sack. Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
You can't stop me.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here third and long. Cousins now from the 50. And the pressure gets to him again.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Gun.
Now Cousins on fourth down. And he's going to go down again. Quan Alexander. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. What do you need?
Bring it.
They'll run on first down. Coleman. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down.
bombers. We two jet bombers. Check it.
On first down, it's Coleman. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Viking 6. Robbie Gould set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. From the gun, here's Cousins. Under pressure, they got him again. Nick Bosa in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. After the sack on first down, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Gun. Motion.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Quan Alexander. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already. And a failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. 3 buzz.
Garoppolo. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it? And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Left side caught by Diggs. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep them.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the 2-point try.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Cousins. This will be caught at about the 5. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. To throw is Garoppolo. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and now it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
Don't be scared of it.
Hey, gun! Go ahead.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch QB jump. Watch QB jump.
I got you.
55. Mike, 55.
Garoppolo looking to throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Garoppolo now. That is caught inside the 5. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, 27 yards. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And if the late touchdown wasn't bad enough, now they're going to go for 2. So sportsmanship nowhere to be found right here. They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with